Merry Christmas, everybody. I know it took forever, but you know me and Saturn and what's been going on. I don't know if it's out of focus, if it's too much, but it's been quite a doozy. Let me tell you, it's been quite a doozy. I've got so much to tell you. I was supposed to come back to, do the readings, right? Half an hour, right? Do you know that I fell out? I fell out. When I tell you that I fell out, I fell out. And it was, it's almost like I went into a trance. I went into a trance. And they started telling me all kinds of things about, and I'm going to stay on the air until about 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. So if you want your readings, we're going to do them now. But it seems like every time I prepare and I say I'm going to come back, something jumps off. Let me go in the back and I just want to make sure. Let me put the teddy bear here, the monkey. Why can't you do it? Why do you set your monkey free? George Michael. Oh my God, I miss George Michael. There we go. Let me put him here. Oh, that was Mr. Magoo. Right? Me the monkey. Let me. I'm gonna put him in here to see if I am, you know, on point with this. Oh, I'm sorry, Roses. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Well, I bought these roses for you. Merry Christmas, that's for you. The yellow ones are for the men, which is a symbol of friendship. And the red one, of course, are for the ladies, and that's love. Okay. It might be too close. Too close. Let's see if we can do something like this. Oh, it's been fucked up. You know how it is. Okay. I think that's fine. I wonder if maybe like this, no, maybe like this, maybe like this. Yeah, like that. Because I don't know if you guys can see, I work so hard to try to make it, aesthetic, but our boy, Saturn, always got a little something to say. So I don't know if that's gonna work, but you know what? I think it does. I think it will. All right. Let's get this. Yes, guys, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Look at that. I sat and I almost sat on you, Mr. Monkey. Why did I do it? I don't know why. I don't know why I did it. Where's your shades? Yes, I know. I know. This is the side hour. And look, it fell all the way in the back. Oh no. You want your mom? You want mine? Here. Have mine. Have mine. You know. But I know they don't look all that fancy. I look black. And other black, well, can you bleed in because you're black? They can't see the shades. Come on now. Listen, you gotta do something to cope. So I got my little margarita can. I'm gonna get my little glass because I thought I had it, but I don't. I got here predictions, and I'm gonna talk to you guys in a second, right? And see who's in here and who's not. Yes, I'm gonna dismantle it. Fuck it. It's not too bad. The phone stopped working again. The minute I began to do the recording, it started. The demon. Okay. I'm gonna get my glass. But these are the first 10. I'm gonna finish and then write another 10. That's there. And these are free, 5 minutes long. BMNI, Sophia Turner, Bobby John, Torrin Floyd, Myra, Undercover Astrology, Just TV, Old School 333, and Dragon Blood, Dela Degan, and Dagon Boy, Boy. This is Boy, Boy. Okay, you guys, I hope you guys are here, and I'm gonna do the reading, and I'm almost half done with the video for free for you as your gift. I did 1 hour. Now I'm going to do athletic run. And then at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, I'm going to do the live tape. So you guys can, put the link. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's find out who's here. Who's here? Who's Johnny Toyota? All right. We're going to face the flowers. And let's go all the way down. Let's scroll all the way down. And let's say hello. Actually, let me do it this way. These flowers cost over $100. You may have them showing while I'm reading, because the stupid tablet, all of a sudden, without warning, the front camera stopped working. And then I found out from Google that they had changed it. They changed the programs. No, don't leave the site. Don't, no, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay. Just TV, present. Hey, Uncle Gregory. Three goddess of spring. Hello. For a better life. Happy holidays, Fernando. I hope you are doing well. I spent it by myself and my archons and did the church thing. Thank you for always lighting up my life. With your smile, laughter. I have it together because of you all. It's a working relationship, that's for sure. Rod and wine. Is that right? Food and wine. Food and water music. Y'all, how are you? For a better life? Okay. Ina how are you? And we have, okay, Sophia LR, how are you? SD, how are you? That boy, how are you? Thank you for taking time out of your holidays to spend a little bit of it with me. All right. And we have, who else is here? Control, LGL, happy holidays. Divine Lioness. Yes. Hi, how are you? Charming Bear. Yeah, Demon Time. Yeah, the witching hour. Yes, I got some plants and some flowers and some lilies and some orchids. I wanted to buy myself a nice gold chain and gold earrings. You know, give myself something. But Saturn struck again. So it's just a delay. It's a delay. It's what it is. But it's pretty good. Let's see who else is here. L5 Sky. Thank you, LR. Let's see who else. Who else? Merry Christmas. Uh, Cruz. Is that Cruz? Louise Falcon. How are you, Miss McFalcon? And who else? Okay, that's everybody. The Gift 202, Susie, Material Girl 112. How are you, Nas? Pantera. Okay, very good, very good. So now let's begin. Uh I haven't built furniture yet because I'm planning to paint. I'm planning to paint. Um, the other apartment in Houston is not furnished either. So I got two apartments to worry about. I think I'm going to furnish the one in Houston and keep this one kind of like this for now because I don't really plan to stay too long in New York. That is. Where's my little martini glass? Okay. I saw Just TV. Just TV. I'm going to start with you. Where are you? Just TV for the year. For the year of 2002, you have to consolidate. What they told me, you have to consolidate your plans. A lot of stuff from 2021 is going to bleed into 2022. You have some catch up to do. There's some things that you are in near completion. And by April, because after January 1st, it's for you, Just TV, it's going to feel kind of basically the same and it's going to feel like a cycle. And even though we all know that a major cycle just ended with the eclipses in Sagittarius Gemini axis, and now one is beginning on Taurus Scorpio, if you feel that you should be doing something, gravitating towards something, but if you feel the opposite, if you feel stagnant or not able to move, which direction, then you're in the right spot. Remember, when a cycle ends and another begins, there is a middle area. There's a gray area of transition where one is dying off and another one is beginning. You're going to be in that transition. It's interesting just to be that you're the only one out of the 10 that will be in this position. The blisters, they come and go. April 12th is the key, the golden day for you. April 12th is going to stop feeling like you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go or where to go, what direction, or just feeling stagnant, even mentally with no ideas coming in. All that will change by April 12th. April 12th. And then you start moving into the cycle. I also saw something with writing and books. Something completely out of the field. I don't know if you are thinking about it or if you thought about it briefly or briefly. I don't know your age, but you should be writing things down and having a little diary because for some reason you're going to land a job, and I'm talking about to come, like 12, 30 years from now, that is going to make sense depending on what you do now. Something is going to come to you, present itself to you. That's going to be you're not going to see much importance or relevance, and the money is good, but you're not really concerned about that. But it's going to grow up into something that can become a separate career or a new direction in a career, and it has to be if it deals with writing. And I don't know if you're into grant writing or technical writing or maybe writing mathematical language and developing an app or something like that. Definitely saw that for you. So if you're thinking along those lines, continue to consolidate and finish. If you haven't started, begin. Don't begin now though. Begin in April when we're not engrossed into the cycle. We're heading for another major transit between Pluto, the Pluto return for the United States, and the retrograde Venus conjunct Pluto. Major, and some stuff that's going to be jumping off. Oh God, the Pluto, and we're going to also talk about the birth chart of the United States because they came to me originally and they told me a couple of things. Okay, Just TV. Okay, thank you, Just TV. That is for you. For the readings, call me 347-485-6258, and it still will be 25 won't be 150. But I don't think I think you know what you need. The relationship, love, all that is also in there. But what they wanted me to tell you to focus on is uh, the germinal seed that you're about to plant is now. But complete stuff from the last cycle, and I'm talking about going back to September until now. The stuff that you're falling behind on that you have to consolidate, whether they are relationships or unions or goals that you've set to meet that you have not yet fulfilled. Okay. Just TV. Sophia Turner, I saw you also. Um, you're going through a transition, a change, and a transition. And now you've gone through your fair ups and downs. And I also see something very creative with you, too. You have a very wonderful gift that I don't think you realize, and that is the gift of compassion and empathy. And empathy is another form of empathic gift. But everyone, well, not everyone has the ability to demonstrate empathy. And there are people that could be emphatic, but not empathic. And but those who are empathic will always be emphatic. So you know that you have a sensitivity about you that's so strong, but yet makes you feel so vulnerable. Yeah, that is the very essence of your gift. And you don't really talk much about it, but you have something really special. Also, you get lots of hunches from your solar plexus. Your solar plexus speaks to you and sometimes rings at you, and you don't be listening. If you develop stomach problems or gastrointestinal problems, constipation, things like that, stomach virus, some anomaly with the stomach or intestine, know that your solar block is your solar plexus is blocked. And you're doing that to yourself by not trusting your inner voice. You've got to try your inner voice, Mrs. Turner. You're going to be taking, or you should be taking some community college level courses. Sometimes I see courses like you need to take some classes or something, and it's going to help you advance further. It helps if you take classes. They're telling me for some reason accounting, things with math, that you have not kind of paid attention to, and for some reason this is going to be necessary for your job. They're giving me bits and pieces, and I don't know how to put it together like that, but they're telling me exactly to tell you these words. So there is going to be a change in transition also at the workplace. And you are going to hit that cycle running. You're going to feel it immediately after the new year. You're going to feel the cycle hitting you, or like an urgency, like a almost a little bit of anxiety, I would say. And it's a good little anxiety, a little butterflies in the stomach, jittery, if you also develop some stomach cramps, know that you have to make a decision and trust your decisions. Any anomalies at all that deals with the stomach has to do with your self-esteem and your self-issue, your self-esteem and self-worth, which is all matters of the ego, the solar plexus. So make sure that you enter the new year firmly positioned with who you are, in and out, and make sure that you accomplish your goals that you set out. And if you don't, then there is definitely a blockage in your solar plexus. Right? So you're in that precipice. So I think you doubt yourself. I don't, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You're far more astute than you give yourself credit for, especially in the work setting. This is the situation for you, Mrs. Turner. Okay, Babu John, are you there? BB John, are you there? I gotta go in the back. I don't want to open it up. I don't want to lift it up again and see if BB John is there. BB John, are you here? Where are you? Baby John. No, no, I don't see it. No, wait, better tomorrow. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Who's this? Oh, I don't see any of you guys there yet. I don't see any of you guys there yet. Hold on. I'm going to call Miss Farmer. Because I don't want to read if you're not here. So I can take people that are there here now and read you now. So, okay. Let me just take another sip. I brought my food too. I tried to eat as much as I could. I think I only had 2 minutes today. Okay. Myra is there. I saw Myra. Torrin Floyd. Torrin Floyd. Let me see. I think I saw Torrin. Torrin, are you there? Torrin Floyd. Myra. Is Myra? Myra, is that your last name? Who's that? What's no problem. Thank you. Yes, you have a gift. Myra. Oh, here she is. There she is. All right. And BB John is here. So let's do BB John, who I call first, and then Myra. 1 second. Okay, Baby John. Baby John, for you, they wanted me to use a special journey oracle for you. And I'm like, what is that? I don't know what that is. They go, you will know. A journey oracle. Baby John, you are going to travel this year. Yeah. And somehow it will be a sudden thing that's going to be presented to you. And that also, it seems like 2022, which is the number four, which is in occult, it is Capricorn, earthly power and wealth. Beyonce was born on the 4th. Jay-Z was born on December 4th. Beyonce, September 4th. Bethany Frankel, November 4th. Scorpio. Wealthy. She sold, what was it? Is it Pink Lady? Pink Lady? Or Pink Money? Skinny Girl. Skinny Girl for $100 million, making a very wealthy and powerful woman, Bethany Frankel. And we have so many others with the number four and the number. I have it also, and of course, I thank God I do okay in that area. And some of my friends are number four, they're very wealthy. So number four is the time for you to make some money. So whatever innovation, whatever um, whatever special talent you have, now is the time to strike the iron hot. Venus is in Capricorn, Pluto is in Capricorn, and then Saturn will be leaving Aquarius, entering Pisces, and then retrograding back to Aquarius, and then Jupiter enters Pisces, and then goes retrograde by April, and then goes back out, and then stays permanently in Pisces, and it will be conjoining Neptune. And this is gonna be that's gonna be a little. You're gonna get a little negative and a positive. Or you might get a positive, which is Jupiter, but there's something deceptive, not quite right. Careful. And that's Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, the sign of sorrow. So, and they're going to be opposing your 12th house in the chart, um, which means that I'll be very, very careful with COVID transits to Pisces. Pisces rules, terminal illnesses and pandemics like we're going through, AIDS and all that, SARS. Pisces always, oh, a little nervous. Trust me, I know. I have a stellium in the 12th house. So Pisces is tricky, and Jupiter in Pisces is the classical co-ruler of Pisces, and Jupiter in Pisces rescues you at the last minute. So you might find yourself, John, in a situation where you may need rescue, and no one will be there to help you, but the God will. That's Sagittarius, Jupiter, jump in and rescue you. Be very careful. Eat lots of garlic and the elderberries and the teas and all that because gotta be careful of that virus, that COVID. It's near you, baby John. Be careful. And there's a new strand out there. Okay, so let us see what exactly is going to be happening to you, and or what is this journey about, baby John? What is this journey about? Let's see. I've never used them, but they told me that my gifts are increasingly changing, and they are a little scary. All right, you need, are you gonna come out? Like, okay. Never used it before. Oh. When you been doing this as long as I have, I'm 54 years old. You don't need the these. But for you, they want me to do this. So okay, and this will tell me exactly the nature of, and they told me to buy it to for just for you. Um, I'm a traditionalist. I like to use old, tried and true, you know, from the mystery schools. All these new decks and cards be doing their own thing, be doing the, you be like, what is this? Mm. But then again, like everything evolves. Everything evolves, nothing stays behind. And they're telling me that this is appropriate for your generation, which is the millennial generation. Mhm. Baby John, and in this year, you have to close your eyes to the failings or shortcomings or flaws, like let's just downright say flaws, when it comes to other people, human beings, and those around you. You have a tendency to be a little judgmental and judge. Close your eyes to that and open your heart to lead by your heart. That energy, though, put it in business or in the work environment. Capricorn is the star this coming year. A lot is happening in Capricorn. And Pluto in Capricorn is making his Pluto return back to the United States. Remember, Pluto has a 248-year cycle orbit, and it's going to be exactly where it was when the United States experienced. It was around 1790. 1790. No, the revolution took place in 1840. Uranus entered Virgo. No, it was 1841. So we're looking at Uranus was entering. Actually, it was Virgo. Yeah, it was Virgo, and that sparked the Industrial Revolution. A lot of things in history have the bubonic plague, the Black Death of Europe in 1515. Pluto was in Virgo at that time, and in Capricorn. I'm sorry, in Capricorn. We go back 248 years, and we see the Holy Wars. Another 248 years. So when you go back and you can backtrack what Pluto has been doing every 248 years. And we've had some major, major crises with Pluto. And it's doing a return. In the eighth house of Scorpio, death, money, and the country's finances. Pluto here, at its Pluto return, is major. With Venus also entering and turning retrograde. Woo! And we are going to talk separately about that, but it can affect you too very strongly, Mr. Baby John. So that is my application for you. All right, thank you. Myra, 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 there's trouble at your work. There's drama. No more drama. And someone is trying to do evil eye on you and hurt you. Again, the same situation that occurred in the summer. And this time, someone's going to get sick around you. And it will be a result of witchcraft. You being spiritually attacked, even as we speak. Remember to pray your Psalm 23, and to reverse the witchcraft and to send it back to the sender, Psalm 91. Psalm 91. You cannot lose. You cannot lose. And for you, there's also travel and journey, but it is not physically. Your journey, your travel will be a journey that you're going to do internally, mentally, spiritually, and your imagination will be very, very heightened. You now, Myra, have the universe at your disposal. The entire universe is at your disposal. You are in your Saturn return, Myra. Am I correct? I believe you're in your Saturn return. And I've charted you, and it's wonderful. And if it's not that, that's going to happen. So that's showing me the present, past, and future. And it all exists in one time continuum. But this is really very nice. And, you've come a long way, Myra. Very good, very long way. Um, I also would like you to trust yourself more and be prepared to deal with some altercations, because it looks like people come at you really hard, and very confrontational. If you can avoid it, it will be great. But at some point in the cycle, you have to wage war. You're going through, in a few more years, you're gonna go through your Mars return, and it happens every 18 years. And every 18 years, you have to wage war. Is when you have to actually stand up for yourself and actually like, look, big, look, motherfucker, and handle your business. And I see that coming, and that'll be around June. June is I see there's a lot of stuff going on in June for a lot of you too. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Myra. Okay, now let's see who else is here. So wait a minute. Let me write off those who are done. BM and I, are you there? Baby Johnson is done. I did not want to get up and get a damn pen. It always seems like I'm always missing something. Okay, all right, all right. It's terrible. You don't have 1,000 pens. They don't write, and then when you need one, you don't find it. Do you guys go through that? Isn't that like this? Oh, annoying. Oh. And the sad part is that I bought brand new pens. Do you think I know where they are? Nope, nope. Well, here we go. Sophia Turner, BB John, Tori Floor, are you in? I saw him. Myra, we did. Just TV. They're on board, and Dayla began. Let me take a look and see if these people are there. If not, I'm going to choose somebody. Since I'm up, I'm going to write the names of the people that I'm going to read now. All right, let me get Mr. Maku. Yes. Okay. And let's see who I'm going to choose now. Okay. True Light. True Light. Mafioso 21GA. Mafioso 21GA. 21GA. Whoa! 21. Don't start. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I see. I'm doing it the wrong way. I was right the first time. Okay. Tori Floyd is in the house. I see you. Key, okay. Is that K? With an A. Okay. We have. Is that Tootsie Roll? No, that is Tori Daffy. Tori Daffy. Okay, writing you down. That boy. That boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Marty Benz. Marty Benz. Okay, but first we're gonna do Torrin Floyd. Why are you, Mr. Floyd? Oh, Mrs. Floyd. Uh-huh. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Torrin Floyd. Where are you? Okay, Torrin. Um, what can I say, Torrin? Torrin. There are some personal issues that only you can solve, only you can face. However, the good thing is that you have time at your disposal. Um, there are things in your past that don't make sense, and you always want to answer. Um, at first, It was no big deal. It kind of was, but it wasn't. It wasn't like you knew what to do or where to go or who to search. But it seemed like you always seemed to feel somehow disoriented in the sense that things switch on you. They just switch on you, and you are also quite creative. But part of your journey is going to be having to go through some difficult experiences. You are a very elevated soul, and you made a choice to come here to advance through pain and suffering. Um, we forget when we make a contract to come here. We forget the contract when we enter into physical matter, and of course, the ego takes over and the soul goes to sleep. Now we don't remember. It's called the sea of forgetfulness. When we cross the sea of forgetfulness, we forget that we are God in human form, and the ego takes over and makes us believe that this is real, and the other stuff that we don't see is fake. That's the beginning of deception, which is why physical matter is considered in occult philosophy to be demonic because it is where you experience pain and sorrow, polarities of opposites. When you enter the upper worlds, time doesn't exist, and therefore we have no polarity. Where there's polarity, there is good and evil, and therefore influences of both agencies. And so, for some people, this can truly be hell on earth, and for others, heaven. It depends on how strong you are in handling the negative polarity, and you're tired of it, but you can handle it. And believe it or not, in the day of tomorrow, it's going to synthesize into something really beautiful that had you not gone through what you are going through, it would not have furnished such an end result. And it is a transcendental beauty that is to be furnished through that kind of pain and obstacle and challenge. It's like an onyx stone is the end result, or a diamond when there's an eruption and it comes out of the earth. You know? So yours is a diamond in the rough, and if it's not that way, it will be. And that's really for you, Mr. Tony Floyd. You know, your health is fine, and that includes the others that I've read. Uh-huh. True light, true light that you in here, true light. Uh-huh. So let's read true light because I did see her on the chat, or he. Okay. Mhm. These I got beforehand last night. Got the first 10 that I wrote last night. These now that are current will be due to the cards, the squares. And I know this is so sweet for millennials. That's it. The guys know what they're doing. Okay. All right, Mr. True Light. Mm, True Light. This year, you're gonna go into abundance, and it's a lot. I don't know how old you are, but you're gonna enter into abundance this year. And of course, it's number four, earthly power, money, Capricorn, the cardinal part of Earth. So that's very, very good. Very good. Obviously, for this type of payout, you have to have put it in the work. I mean, these things just don't happen just like that. You have to have done the work to to get you to this point where now you can reap the benefits. Wow. I hope what you're doing or what you have been doing the last 7 years was an indicator to you that you're going in the right direction. If you have not seen end results to what you've been putting forward and launching your objectives forward, understand that the cycle for the reaping of these cycles has not occurred yet. The homogeneity has not occurred yet. This, again, like Mrs. Sophia Turner, will occur in April. In April, there's going to be now a payoff somewhat of what you've been trying to implement, but it's only a fraction. There's still a lot more to put in place, but excuse me, you are heading the right direction. Do not get discouraged if you see nothing happening at the moment. Remember, Mercury is about to go retrograde in a month or so, so it's going to feel worse because Venus will be going retrograde very soon. And then in April, Mars goes retrograde. And when that happens, nothing moves. So don't think that it's you. There's a lot of planetary activity occurring, next year. A lot of stuff happening and happening in Capricorn, which happens to be, I don't know what your sign is, but if it falls in the eighth house, if I go by the United States chart. But you have the universe guiding you and protecting you. You are not alone by any means. You have a grandmother that is near you. I don't know if she passed. I'm not quite sure if it's from your mother's side or your father's side. I'm getting more like it's the father's side, even though everybody thinks it's the mother's side. It's the father's side, and if it's not the grandmother, it's a great grandmother, and she is watching over you, uh, protecting you, and that's a very good thing. You should light a white candle on Sunday, and what the wick with olive oil, which is God's most holy oil, and carve three crosses on a white candle. More than 25-cent candle. And put in a white saucer with a glass of water by your table in your bedroom or nice out, and with her picture, and do that for her. That's good for the ancestors. And you get lots of blessings because they're trying to talk to you. Obviously, there's a major cycle ahead in your way that you have to be aware of. Because when the ancestors want to talk to you or make an attempt to talk to you, is for two reasons. Either you're going the wrong direction and it's a major change in your life and they want to stop that from happening, or there is a death looming and they're preparing you for it. I don't get that at all, but I do get that they are protecting you to make sure that you listen to your inner voices because that's how they speak to you. Thank you very much. True light. Thank you. Let me go back there and see if Mafioso 5G21C is there. Is he there? Mafioso. Great. Welcome, Happy John. You're welcome. Uh-huh. Welcome. Uh-huh. Young boy, young blood, you have very beautiful energy around you. Thank you. Thank you very much. God, I need it right after all I've been going through. I need it. Mr. Mafioso, are you here? Okay, I see 4E Mermaid, Earth Goddess G, a Taurus. 4E Earth Goddess. So you're next. And True Light. Did you like it, True Light? Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. Let me write another person down. That's cosmic curiosity. Okay, so mafioso, I don't see. I see K. K, are you ready? Love you more. To like, where is K? Okay, so I'm gonna go with that boy. Where is that boy? Who's that boy? Instead of that girl, that boy, right? Uh, I don't see K. I'm going further down. Ah, it's a she, yeah, present. Uh-huh. Um, FGLO. Alicia. Alicia, I'm running you down. Capricorn ascendant. Alicia, let me start with you. Because I didn't hear from Kay. I didn't see Mafioso, Tori, that boy, and Mary Bennett. That's what my list. Okay, so let me talk to you first. Capricorn ascendant. Next year, it's going to be all about you. It's all about you. You are the star. And you're going to be the star for the next 2.5 years as we are braced for these transits happening in Capricorn. A cardinal earth sign. So it is serious. And all astrologers on YouTube are holding their breath. Venus retrograde conjunct Pluto is never good. Pluto is just terrible. Scorpio, nothing like about Pluto or Scorpio. And with Venus retrograde uh, and your ascendant, and Pluto will be staying in Capricorn for good, good um, 20 years. Remember, it's 248 years around the ecliptic. That's if you break it down, it's like 30 years per sign. And that's how astrologers calculated it. But remember, we discovered Pluto in 1930. We were completely wrong on the calculations of Pluto. The reality is that we are not quite certain of Pluto's orbit. It is extremely irregular. Extreme. And when we discovered Pluto in 1930, it was in Cancer at 5 degrees. We don't know about Pluto in Gemini. We don't know about Pluto in Taurus. And we certainly don't know about Pluto in Aries. We don't know it on Pluto in Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pluto in Pisces. I wasn't born. My mother was born in 1930. So I wasn't born, none of you were born, and we had no idea that this planet was in that solar system. So we're still trying to learn the orbit of Pluto. 248 years, I will be dead as astrologers before we get to find out the true orbital path of Pluto and all its calculations and in planetary ingress and declination, all that stuff. Oh, the math is horrendous. And Pluto lies down on the ecliptic. All the planets are here. All the planets are here. Where my company is going. All the planets are here. The only one that's not in the same platform as the others is Pluto. Pluto is way down deep in space at 17 degrees. Hades, the underworld, even the position of Pluto down below in space above the others is indicative of its mythology. Fears, fascinating, isn't it? But so Pluto is going to be retrograde, which means that your personal relationships, whatever took place 8 years ago, and come back every 8 years around December and January, that's when Venus goes retrograde. A year and a half from and it's 8 year cycle. If you know, and you go back every 8 years, you have to know your chart. If you can go back every 8 years, whatever has happened in your personal relationship, it happens every 8 years. in different ways. If you can detect that, that's powerful because then you can predict the next cycle and change it. So with Venus retrograde here with Capricorn for you, you are going to have a revisit from an old flame, an old love, and the negative aspects of that relationship, as toxic as it was, will rear its ugly head again with the new person. If you are changing partners, if you are married and you have the same person, the same issues and problems that might have been major will occur again and again and again every 8 years. It's fascinating to see that. And for you, it's going to affect you very strongly because you're going to have it on the ascendant, the most powerful and most important position, angle in the horoscope, besides the 10th house or the MC. So, okay, and that's for you. Mary Ben said that, boy, let me see if you guys are still here. This CK, all right. Otherwise, I'm going to go with, oh, I didn't even write it down. Cinemy. Cinemy, there we go. Uh-huh. Really, I just saw you. You are really something. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let me get you. Let me get you. Might be a little bit too congested here. Okay. All right. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. Alicia, I hope you like the reading. Cap, FG Low, okay. Jessica Green. Jessica Green. Uh, oh, I know that. Aren't they absolutely lovely? Yes. I have the household full of plants. That's why I spend the money or money. It's in nature. And then before they die, I do floral baths and special baths and potions. Witchery stuff. Uh, Problem Fab. Merry Christmas. Problem Five. When the reading, oh my God, that's my birthday. True life. Birthday Mavuka. It's gonna be popping for you. It's gonna be popping for you, Alicia. Oh God, you guys are awesome. Okay. Young DG. My name is Elijah. And I'd love to get a reading. Okay, Elijah, you're next. I don't see that boy. I don't see Kay, Mafioso. So they'll show up. So you are next. Wait a minute. Your name is again? Uh, Elijah. Young OG Elijah. Elijah, what is your birthday, Elijah? Type it down. Let me see. It's not scrolling. Let's see. How are you? You tip me or donate through Zelly, and you use my number 347-485-6258. And thank you in advance. And Nas Pantera. Okay. Jazzy Sensation 67. Love and light for you back. Thank you. 4E Emerald Earth Goddess G. You will be next if you want a reading. Santeri Dixon is Santeri from Detroit. Hey, how are you, my Mr. Aquarius? Cosmic Curiosity. Okay, so let's do Cosmic Curiosity. Santeri Dixon and Jessica Green. Okay, 1 second. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's one. Oh, one. That's the thing. Oh, Christmas. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I hear your voice. I know it next. I don't know. I don't think I'm still working.
Yeah.
All right.
Every day together.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, I love.
Peace and love, and happy New Year too.
Definitely.
Because I eat them tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I go back
For
to Houston.
6?
Houston.
For 6?
No, for 4 days.
4 days. Okay.
I'll be back for New Year's.
Okay.
All right, bye. Thank you. We're gonna do something. Thank you. Somebody gave me a beer, one of the neighbors, and I put it for the altar because Oshun loves the beer. And I bought her some margarita, and she's like, "Oh, it's all right." She still she likes her beer. All right, so there we go. So, cosmic curiosity, you're next. Cosmic curiosity. All right. Yes. Cosmic curiosity. Immediately, I felt a very warm vibe from you, cosmic curiosity. But there is a problem that's been happening or you've been wrestling with for a while, especially these past 9 years. Now, again, this solar eclipse in Sagittarius Gemini, there was 9 of them, and now finally finished, and now he's going to go into the Taurus Scorpio axis, and that begins, in a few months. But for you, this is also a consolidation of an experience that you should not go back and rehash. And there's been some confusion as to what to do of a recurring person or relationship or something that continues to come back, and you might have to really put your foot down and make and do a final closure. And I don't believe that this is work related. I believe this is an interpersonal relationship situation. Um, but it could have started at work. There's a little complication here, but it's certainly something that occurred 9 months ago. It's almost like a silent torture, and it almost seemed like there was no solution or there is none for it. Not true. It's just that we were in a very long cycle with these solar eclipses in Sagittarius and Gemini. And, this axis, along with the Taurus Scorpio axis, uh, is very, very showy. Things manifest. They don't hide behind the scenes too long. And then when it sprouts out suddenly or without surprise or no preparation, it can really put a wool over your eyes. So you go through these types of fluctuations and changes, especially with people. And betrayal is a sensitive subject for you. Um, the people around you are not going to change. The issue is your environment. Um, Even though I don't see travel for you this year, I'd go anyway and have maybe not to vacate as far as having a vacation, but for to gain clarity and objectivity. If you remove yourself from the environment, you might look at the problem much more objectively and see what you should do next. But in any event, when you do decide to act, it should be around April because you are also in that gray area of the cycle ending and another one beginning. And in that gray area is where there has to be uncertainty. So like that, the germ or seed that will sprout in the new cycle can be supplanted. That's not going to happen when there's a clear direction of both. No, there has to be a destruction of the last one and meshing with the new cycle beginning, which you may not know what it will bring or sprout because it's still too early in the cycle. Be patient and give yourself time. And that goes for all of you too. Right? Okay, any further? Let's see. Let's see what it's saying. Now, the ones that fall out are the telltale ones. Uh-huh. Beautiful. It's a giraffe. in animal astrology, especially in Chinese astrology, the giraffe represents okay. The giraffe represents the soul. So you are functioning at the soul level. Okay. You are functioning at the soul level. And the soul level function can be very quiet, low key, unassuming. It ain't like vibrato, like the ego, the lower ego. You might be a quiet type and a little bit of a thinker, and your best impact is in your reaction, which tends to be very diplomatic, but it works. The path of least resistance actually for you works. You are far more effective and influential in your environment than you give yourself credit for. Now, a lot of people think that you have to be active in order to be influential. That you got to do things, and people got to see you do things for for you to feel effective and influential. The reality is, the highly effective people do their most important work behind the scenes and quietly. So if you feel that that is the modus of operandi that you should follow, do it because it will give you far more benefits than if you have a blowhorn, parading what you're going to do. It seems anticlimactic when most people do that. Uh, People who are usually more quiet and move very stealthily and get things done are the ones that are more respected because you don't got to front it. The action should speak for itself. And people who are highly effective people, they flow that way. Ah, yeah, that's a little problem here with trust. You don't trust yourself. And this is something that is coming from your parents and the conditioning that you've learned indirectly that is now causing you to doubt yourself. If that's the case, I think it is the case. There are ways well, you have to see. This is one of those hardest things that people have to do. If you have to, no one can tell you or show you how to trust yourself. No one can show you how to do that. You have to learn it on your own. And learning it on your own, meaning that sooner or later you have to trust